Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of the Foolsopolis here in City Skylines. Well, last episode was a bit different. Last episode I also did a stream as well, if you checked it out last week, where we did some big improvements. But recently we have brought cargo to our ore industry, and in the live stream we did recently where we were doing some fixes to the Foolsopolis, we extended those kind of train lines, but also most importantly we also extended the highway lines too. Now what I want to do today is I want to finally provide to the farming industry and our brand new ore industry some public transport so people can get to and from to work, if they do work in those areas, just a tad bit easier, and also kind of get it set up to a point where we're going to be ready to build the suburbs or some part of the suburbs over on that side of the river too, so they can live there. So this is all gearing up for these big future expansions. Now guys, if you do enjoy this, please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new in here, make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. But we are pretty much back. Now just cracking into pause real quickly, we kind of extended the highway down here in the live stream, and the train line too, that's the passenger line. We sorted out a highway connection just here, refixed this as well to doing the kind of the 3 lane situation, and this going all the way around there too, as well as a bunch of other stuff. We've got a load of new zoning coming in, and we also created the shipping section to leave the region just there. So everything is now all slowly coming together. Now what I want to do is I want to bring kind of passenger lines, and we can do passenger train lines to begin with, to these areas for the farming and the ore industry. Now it makes sense that we're going to create some kind of suburbs in this little section here. It makes sense, it's inevitable, it's going to happen basically. Now what I can do is basically I could bring a train line in, passenger train line, and I can bring it to like an area here. I could then potentially use that area to then bus people to these kind of industries. That is one option I've got. Another option I've got is I could maybe do a train stop nearby these areas, which again wouldn't be an issue. It'll get us just by. But I think if I want to create this localized area, we're going to have to do first a little bit of a hub in the center, and then we'll have some kind of train lines nearby in general anyway. We'll kind of get all that set up. So I think what I'm going to do first then is we're going to take a look at seeing where we can create the center area of the suburbs that I'm going to get set up. So if I select here, and if I bring this kind of down in a straight line just for now, this could eventually connect up to here. All right, this could eventually connect up to here. So if I bridge this over, so if I elevated this up by about a 10 maybe, taking it straight across, we'll do it to about, we'll do it to just there, just so we can kind of keep within the bridge effect. Bring it down to 0, and then we're all up and running. And then what we'll do, we'll kind of make this go as far down as we would like, and then we'll kind of go on to create a bend. Now the bend's not going to be that harsh, is it? It's not going to be that harsh unless I bring this a little bit more closer. So where does that bend take place? Can we even find out? I've got to bring this a little bit more closer. Let's find out right now. So it's either about a 19 there or a 17 there. You're not going to win either way. $17-ish. We'll go with it. We'll roll with it. We've kind of got it connected. So that'll be a main run of road, and then we'll eventually have this one here. So this will also kind of, we'll have to anarchy it under for just a minute. We'll go down here, and then what we'll do then is page it up by, actually no, we can bring it down a bit more. We'll page it up here by 10. And this in itself, it's quite a lot to ask for it to go across there. So rather than asking it to do that, do you reckon first what I should do is if I kind of created I'm trying to keep to the grid format to begin with, like that to there. Deleted that. kind of had this road slightly bend round, so we'll kind of create a little S-bend to kind of connect it up. And then have this go across here. Have it just kind of go across here for now. Bring it out. And then we'll kind of bend it up and round. So the bridge happens at the closest point between the two, between the two rivers, between the river. Just make it hit us at the closest point possible. Now, I know that doesn't run parallel, but it runs parallel with this. So at some point, we've got to create the connection coming out. Now, let's say I chose this here as having a highway, like a solid highway connection coming in. So bring that up to there. That will eventually go on to connect to there. But I'm thinking at the same time, I'm going to pick a point, which I'm going to just randomly choose here. So just bear with me on this. So I could go in kind of diagonal like that. And then I, in a weird way, kind of want this to connect to there. But now looking at it, I feel like we should have this being brought down to here. Paged up to there. Hit directly across there. Gone down this way. And then get that to bend and connect that way rather than having it go across here. So we've got these connections, and we'll eventually stick roundabouts on, but we then got some form of a basic road layout. I don't know if we will have like this whole area covered in residential, but we'll create like a suburb style. It's like what we've got over here, but I just want to get our main hub up first, and this is going to be the kind of the road layout. Straight connection to the highway. We've got a connection to the highway just there. That's directly into the farming industry, which again is connected to the highway just there. That will kind of bend round to here, which will get this set up now. So this is obviously going to be a little bit funky, a little bit different. But it adds, I suppose, to the area, doesn't it? I suppose it adds to the area. So we'll go like this. Nice little wiggle round. And then we can kind of trio all off. Maybe extend the farming land, all that kind of jazz. But we've got something pretty good to handle. Now, at the moment, the passenger train line does follow the highway. And it then pops up to here. So I think I'm probably going to change it. What I might do is I might bring it in here so it runs parallel with this train line, passing over, and then we'll get to extend the cargo train line. So we can kind of bring it in, have it on this side. So they run simultaneously together, so we can have it kind of tear through this little area where we can drop down the big hub. Now, the big hub in question that we're talking about, let's see what we've got to handle. There's a couple of variations I can go with. We've got this crossover train hub. I mean, it kind of work out for us, but at the same time, depends on how we want to take it. We've got this old Market Street, which ain't too bad. We've got the kind of the end hub, which would not work. That wouldn't work right now. We've got stuff like the ground platform one. We can kind of implement in, which kind of has a little overpass and a small little car park. The dual ground station, which is just pretty much a bypassing train station. And then we have the elevated ones too. We've got this big kind of round one, which is also an elevated one as well. But I don't think we would want it would we want it? No, we wouldn't want it elevated. Nah, I don't think we'll have it elevated. I think we might just have this as ground platform one. So we got to figure out a nice little spot for it. So if that is where we're going to have a roundabout, right, what I'll do is I'll kind of implement it more here. So we'll kind of come off. So the roundabout's going to happen there anyway. So if I come out by 11 and I push down by 40 and kick us back in. And if I do another 10 by 10 there. To push this in. How far does the thingy stick out from there? Okay, not too bad. I don't know how centralized we would want it. I mean, I could stick it like there, where the kind of entry point is destined to be on that dragger road. And then we'll just kind of frail off the train line and then bring it back down this way. Could be pretty handy. But remember, this is all going to be suburbs. This is all going to be suburbs right now, so what you're seeing here is the only bit of gridded format that we're probably going to have. As far as to there, right, by 11 there, and this is where we're going to have the majority of the big commercial retail section. So we'll go back by another 10. And everything else will be all like squiggly roads, corners, bends, all that kind of jazz. But that's the main kind of for the... it's going to be like a little miniature town on the outskirts, basically, is where we're going to have it all set up. So we got that in. Train station is just going to be here. I've got the nice little car park for it too. It will work out really, really handy for us. So for the train lines itself, if I mean... It doesn't really have a bypassing station. So we'll do this. I mean, the one we've got over here, if I go to the suburb section over here, we have this version. Which, to be honest with you, should I go for that version instead? Because it has the bypassing line in the middle for the trains. And it means we're not pushing ourselves on a diagonal. But then again, that road's going diagonal up here. So it kind of makes sense. If I... then select this kind of row here. Is that too far, do you reckon? I mean, it's still a 3. So I'm going to bend this up and over to connect in, and then it's going to run to that. So if I ran this, both of these train lines up there, I will sync them or something like that when I need them, if I do need to. I might even have the roads actually just drive through the train lines, just to like kind of give us that additional effect of being very, very rural. So if I just get these connected on the maximum bend. So I'm going to go as far as I can snap it. There we go. That's quite dramatic, isn't it? How far we could take that then. And do the same here. Keep it going. So at what point does it call it a day? There. Just so the bend's kind of low-key consistent. And there we go. So that will then eventually continue. The cargo line will continue. It just kind of gives the ability to allow us to run it all simultaneously. So here then, we're pretty much going to do very, very similar. So if I, instead of running it to like the side of it, if I select you and to you there, and just widen this to about there, just so I've got my alignments. So that is by an 8. So if I kept it by an 8, bridged it all the way over, and then just brought it to there. Actually, we'll take it over by 1 more. Then what we'll do is we'll do a 10 by 10 bend, and then we'll bring this up, bend it with us, and it will eventually go on to connect down to there. That's how we'll kind of set it up. Hopefully, anyway. So, bringing this out by 10. There we go. Run it across. Now it's going to get to here, and this will be kind of like a little bit of a different bend. So this is going to be more of a, is it a 12 by 12? Yeah, it's a bend round. So I've got the cargo line. We'll sort all the elevation changes out in a moment anyway. And then we'll have the passenger line tearing through. So we'll get this now to go across this area. And then run this up. So for now, I'll probably just get it kind of connected in. Not stress about too much about where it kind of, you know, goes through and what kind of sections. Because I don't really know how I'm going to work with this area. The train line will eventually change. But if I just kind of go for the maximum bends. There we go. Which it's kind of elevating it all up, isn't it? I just realised. Which for now it's fine, because if, like I said, I'll eventually switch it all up. It will be eventually all switched up anyway, when we get the suburbs all fully built. There we go, and the majority of this will be sunk into the floor. It's just to get it all connected for now. So that works. Oh, my only issue is, oh, I've just realised something. I don't have a bypassing line for the train station. Do I? I've connected it up like that there. I haven't... Do you know what? Scrap this whole idea, guys. Scrap everything I've just done. Because I'm realizing I'm making some dramatic boo-boos right now. Alright, just delete that to there. And we'll do the rest ourselves. Right, we kind of have to keep that in. But I'll delete that there. Right, annoyingly, I mean, it's not a problem. But annoyingly, I have to create a third line. Right, make sure I get all this right. I don't want to build a road. So from there to then here. Annoyingly, I've got to build a third line just for the sake of having our passenger line in. Now, again, technically it doesn't have to extend this far, but let me just play around with this. So what we're doing, right, is we're creating a bypassing route. That is what we're doing. So if I delete to here, and if I delete this going so far, right to the edge, delete that right to the edge, right, I need to connect this in to this. You know, like I said, moving so far, so that doesn't become the quicker route. So how we do it is, if I go by, I'm going to bring it up to 10. I know it's probably a bit higher. So if I then do another 4, so technically I've come 15 away, then go in by 6. Oh, it's not going to let me do it because of the space in here. Alright, if I extend that to there, then that to there. So in by 6, that's a 21, that whole streak. That's exactly what I need it to be. So I'll go for the full 15 here by 10. And then cut it in. Okay, I'm having the same problem here as well. What's going on? Right, and I key that in by a 6. So it's not all perfect. It's a little bit of a shambles at the minute. But we'll sort this out now. So if I select there to there, that was smoothing it all out there. Okay, we've got to do this in stages, right? Can I go all the way down? No. So we've got to snap it to there. Then to there. Then to there. Then to there. That'll flatten all that. There to there. Smoothing that incline. There to there. Smoothing all that. And then just sort out what's being bridged and what's elevated. Alright, so if I just elevated this without creating the bridge, we don't lose our effect. We have the passenger line running next to it, and we have the normal line running next to it as well. Right, what I'll do, rather than a 10 by 10 here, I'll go for a 20 by 20. Let's go for a wider bend. I mean, this is probably going to be, what, a 24, no, a 22 by 22. So the bend's a bit wider to kind of bring us in. Now, this has to connect to that. So we'll keep it elevated, just solely because the road can kind of go underneath it. There we go. And then if I, where would you reckon that? So the 32 mark. So 32 by 32, bring it down ever so gradually. We're going to have to smoothen that off. That whole bend. And then this is going to have to kind of run in as well. Do you know what? I don't like what I've done. So what I'll do, bring that to there. We'll delete this. And we'll create connections, because it don't look great. We'll elevate it. We'll go big on the connection. So you got to make it look smart at the end of the day, right? You got to make it look all nice and smart. So bring in this to its maximum. There we go. And that technically kind of graduates it down really quite nice anyway. Then if I delete from here, this up, I should be able to then pump in something just here, where the passenger line kind of bends to take in. Oh, that's all elevated, I just realised. There we go. And then that's how they come to run parallel. So train lines all over the place, but it does kind of work really, really nice. It works really, really nice, which means I can delete that. That all runs in. And then we'll get these connected. So what I'll do first is I'll bring them across. Bring them across. And then by 12, we'll bring it down to a 0 on both sides. And then I'm just going to pump in the connection. So go big as much as we can. And this is subject to change. Like I said, this will change. This will change. Alright, bend it. Bend in. There we go. So it does its job. We're now connected everywhere except here for the passenger line. Now how it works here is we make it kind of go under, oh, I wouldn't say underground, we kind of sink it down. So what I'll do is we'll bring this to here, raise it by 10 by 12 there, and then your standard connection should solve the rest, and then we'll quickly go in the smoothing tool, well, smoothing tool, the elevation tool. So bringing that round, very good. So get rid of you, and actually I'm gonna elevate a bit more of this. There we go. And then from, now choose it from here. There. Right, that works. I'm not sure that these elevations here worked. What is going on? I mean, we're not having anything going under this anyway, so we're going to be okay. Right, that works. That does exactly what I need to do. That road, it looks low, but I mean, the train line looks low across the road, but it's okay. I can now technically go back into play mode. So we now have the cargo line connected. We have the bypass route for the cargo line, which is really, really important for us. All of them can connect up. We are connected. Got a nice little kind of smaller road. We've got the highway road kind of passing through as well. And, I'm so dumb again. So all that, and we don't even have a bypass for the train station. Am I dumb? Or am I dumb? See, this is why I should have used the other train station. Where's it gone? Which one is it right now? It is... Wait, which one is it? Trains. It's... this one? Wait, which one is it? I'm confused to which one it is. I've got it on trains. Ah, it's this one. See, this is why I should have used it. Okay, pause again. Because it has a built-in bypass from... anyway. It has a built-in bypass, doesn't it? If I turn the anarchy off... Right, if I turn the anarchy off and I extended this... by another 10... I've got that on the connection joint there. So what I'll do is for the train line, for the cargo train line, we'll get the cargo train line to still run past us. But it's going to take a little bit of modification right now. So at least this way I'm going to have a built-in bypass. We'll have a built-in bypass, won't we? So I don't want the cargo train line to even touch or even integrate with the passenger line, because that is will mess us up big time in the long run. Well, that's as maximum as I can take it. So there to there. It's not going to be much of a bend, but you're going to add what you can add in. So that's completely maxed out as well. So you to there. And a bit more. There we go. And you might get a little bit on this. It ain't going to be much. I won't be surprised if I can... Yeah, I'm about to say, I won't be surprised if I can max that out. But what a shame. What a shame, but, you know, improvise, overcome, adapt. So it bends that way, but then this one bends this way. So it's kind of like a, you know, a yin and yang, kind of, in a weird way. So that does what I need it to do. It does what I need it to do. I've got a bypassing route, which the bypassing route is in the middle. So we can heavily use that. It's not a problem. It doesn't mean I have to do an additional line like I've done there. We're back to normal in a sense. Now, these are my next kind of stuffs I can do. I could, like I said, I could have the train station there. I can do a bus route to kind of go back and forth both sides. And it will do the job. It will do the job. Or I can have additional train lines. But I think for now, this, like I said, it will do the job. I might have alternative little trains or kind of sections that do run off. But, like I said, it will do the job. So what I'm going to do is I'm kind of create like a little miniature bus route right now. So you can't really, well, I say you can't really. You can kind of put them in within here. In a weird way, but I'm wondering if I can kind of also unhook it or maybe extend off the road. So if I anarchied it, does it connect? No. You can't unhook it, can you? Oh, you can? So does that mean I can connect to it? Still, no. It depends on how much I want to destroy it. But that should still be fine. It should still be fine. So what I'll do, because you can't pull it in, I can only put it on this side so the buses can literally drive in. So I put it there, and then I won't do any additional stops within that area. We'll just bring the bus in. We'll have a stop here. We'll have a stop just there. I'll throw a stop in here. Have it go round the roundabout. I'll do a stop there. So that stop is for... Oh, actually no, let me cancel that. Alright, I'll bring it up to here. I'll have a stop there. And it can kind of come down this road where we'll have... So it's going to do a U there. Interesting. Right. I'll have a stop here. Come on, boy. What are you doing on the wrong side of the road? Just there. Just so it kind of goes up and round. Straight down to here. And then we'll have it do a stop just there. So these stops are for around this little section. So it does pretty much a loop. If I kill off that one and I do a stop there, I can get one to be mimicked on the opposite side of the road. And then pretty much bring it back. So it's nothing fancy. It's just for now to get the connections there. So if the citizens think that they can get to this place a lot easier, which for them it might be 2 transport routes, 1 train, 1 bus, that does, even though it's such a great distance, it could be potentially very, very manageable. Now I can't get one on the opposite side of the road. So I kind of need to create a new line at the same stop. It's pretty much fine. So we'll bring it in. We'll have a stop. I'll have a stop there early on because I can do the exact same thing on the way back. We'll bring it into having a stop just going up this one side. We'll have a stop just here. I'll then do a stop just there. We'll switch it round and we'll do a stop there. Having a stop just down here, which is then going to run down and create a stop. Oh, I could bring a stop just in up here, to be honest with you. And as it comes out, so for the worker barracks, just in case, we'll have a stop there. Hang on, let me kill that one off. I'll have a stop here, which for these guys will have a stop a little bit closer. Oh no, I don't need to. I don't need to. I'll literally have a stop there, because then we're going to have a stop just here and head back out. Complete the line. So it just does what it needs to do for now. There's no hidden agendas. There's nothing crazy about this. It just kind of gets to the point of being able to bring people over here. So now what I need to do is I need to create or have the ability for the train line to go completely round. Now at the moment, all I have is this train line going back and forth here. Right? So what I could do, and it's probably not a good idea to extend it this far, is have it go up to there. So it cuts through all here. And then, where's it gone? So at the minute it doesn't stop here. So if I stopped it there, stopped it there. So you can see how the bypass route now works. And then that will go all the way around. And then eventually it will be a loop. I might have some dedicated runs to that area. Oh, that's actually a point. Rather than do that, do I just have a dedicated run to that area in general? I mean, can I make it go? I mean, I should be able to make it go this way, right? Hold on. If I did it. If I did it to there and back. So that's just a simple back and forth using a different lane. Finally, we're now starting to utilize this. So yeah, they do go to the same point. But can I move this one? Why can't I get it on this side? Alright, it doesn't matter anyway, that's fine. So that allows me to then have two trains. Or two train lines, different platforms. One going this way, so if I eventually kind of start adding stops in, going around, I mean, that is quite a long-winded process. It goes down here, it then continues going up, it switches there, going down here, bends round to go in. So it's like I could have a stop here and here and here and like going round. That's how this stuff slowly starts to become, you know, approachable. All these areas right now, even like I have a stop there, I can now build this area. You know, I can have a stop down here, I can then build this area because we've got public transport that can now technically reach it. So it'll take a while for the buses to ultimately get over here, but we've got something. We're starting to get something right now, which is kind of interesting. So if I just kind of build the commercial strips to begin with, all this is going to be commercial. That whole section will be commercial. Then coming off it in all different areas, we'll then start having all the residential. So that's the reason why I wanted that there. The big transport hub where people switch their lines. We'll be surrounded by the shopping, the commercial side of it, to make it you know, more accessible and give the commercial more of what they want. Right, okay. So we're going to start seeing a lot more trains on these lines now. And the great thing is we have made sure that the cargo and the passenger lines do not connect, do not touch. They don't share the same train tracks, which, like I said, is very, very important that we do that. So it's only a matter of time before we start seeing trains coming down all these lines. So they're the passenger lines that have spawned from here. So like I said, it'll take a while before we start pretty much seeing all that anyway. So let it do what it's got to do. Now, we did have some issues over here before in the past, the amount of trains coming around. We got a big vehicle backlog right now of vehicles trying to get in. And we did add that second train station just there. At some point, we've got one there. We have this one just over here. I feel like we're going to be needing one over here to kind of supplement this area, which will take some heat off that. It just depends on how I can pretty much incorporate a passenger train line a bit easier around this kind of side. I don't know yet. I haven't really thought too much about it. But if I was, these are my 2 cargo lines. So I could either bring it down there, or I could take something away from over here. But I think it would be nice to have that little end run. Because round here, you've got all this kind of commercial around there. You've got some down here too. And let's say they're using this for vehicles. I mean, I know they're using this for the shipping side of it. But trains, very, very important. I could do like, you know, within here, another train run stop. Like when it comes to cargo, I know we've got this platform here. I think that's the only version we've got, haven't we? So I could create like almost like an end run in a weird way for the train line. Like how we've done that, like an end, even though that is an actual end piece where the train lines run sunken down. They'll probably have to go underground. And then we have to pretty much connect them as a V. But I don't know yet. I don't know, but that'll be a way to kind of take the edge off them transporting goods from here to here. I mean, I could get rid of this and make them all use this, but then it will just cause chaotic driving, as everyone then decides that they want to drive this way because that's the shorter route. But we'll leave it. Don't need to get too stressed just yet, boy. Don't need to get too stressed just yet. So my garbage processing is not looking the best these days. Where's garbage? There it is. So what can I add in to increase it? So we have the garbage facilities over here. So to be honest with you, I could just kind of upgrade these a bit more. So if I dropped one there, there's 2 additional just here. I can probably put one slightly on a slant there, one slightly on a slant just there. So that's 4 additional garbage processing plants, which puts us slightly in the yellow. Okay. We've got a couple just over here. We've got some just over here right now, which I'm going to have another one in, kind of backing onto it. I can squeeze another one in just there. So then that puts us, again, still in the... Okay, they haven't really turned on. Now they're turned on. Still in the yellow, so it's kind of manageable. But I do need to spend some time going through all of that and reworking it all and making sure we've got all the demands kind of met. So where are we at now then? Right, train stations are now officially stopping here. We've had 227 passengers utilising it. Wow. Where have they come from? Because I don't see them. Anybody getting off here? Oh yeah, a few people. Do you know what? Fair few people getting off. Are they switching platforms? Are they switching lines? Are they caught up in the confusion and don't really know where they're going right now? Probably. So, yeah, they're going onto this platform. So it could just be all the confusion and all the hustle and bustle that's going down right now. There's a cargo train coming through. But you won't really notice that they're using it until you start seeing people waiting for the buses. So here's the buses anyway coming in. It'll take some time for them to be dispersed more evenly. But did we have a bus stop here? Just up there. So it'll be interesting to see when you start seeing people waiting for the buses around here when they've got the public transport all kind of connected. But in the grand scheme of things, it just unlocks areas. Now we've got this big train loop going around, this passenger loop. Now we've got it working. The train line's moving all the way down. We can now drop a hub on them, connect them up. We can then build in that area. That's what it opens us up to do. So now everything around these main streets is almost accessible. So we can go on the building spree yet again and slowly start pushing our population levels to the max. To the max, he says. Oh my goodness me. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. But we will end it for here anyway, guys. I'm just kind of scanning around and see how everything's getting on right now. we will end it for here. I know I got all this zoned up too, and it's going to take some time to get built. But we are hopefully pumping in the right direction as time does go on. So this is a big, big, big momentous occasion. I know we got lots of trains currently waiting. We've got lots of trains currently waiting right now. But it will eventually settle down once everyone's in their routes. Oh, there's actually passengers going towards it there. Interesting. But yeah, pretty good. I'm excited to see where we can go right now. Now we have these areas very, very accessible. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I will see you all soon. So good.